took on a pretty good opponent last night in Monroe and came out winners 114-91. A game that at one time was a 30-point lead for the Hutchinson Blue Dragons, and were able to take it away and win it decisively 114-91. The game just concluded. 90-45 was the, don't check the 90-55 was the final. Lady Blue Dragons winning over Jefferson County out of Missouri. So a nice win by the Lady Blue Dragons, who jumped out to a 24-0 lead, and that's all they needed. They kept that the decisive difference in the game for the remaining part of it to come away a nice victor. This game is going to be a nice matchup. Iowa Western did not play here last night. You might have heard Steve Beck on the postgame talk about the fact that the Iowa Western did not have to play, since they're going to come down at the same time. I don't know if they traveled down last night or tonight, or today, I should say. Hutchinson will match up against the Reivers. I'm joined by Darren Dunn, and always a good game on the road, Darren, as you get set to take on opponents that you know about, such as Iowa Western, yet you haven't played them a lot. Hutchinson has not matched up against the Reivers very much throughout its history.
Well, and I think you have to like the fact that, again, like Steve and I talked a little bit about in the women's broadcast, you're playing some pretty quality teams, even though it seems like the Blue Dragons are blowing by a lot of these teams. These are good teams. You're not going into these games necessarily thinking, oh, you're going to get those 20 to 30-point wins. Yeah, that's exactly what the Blue Dragons have done, and I think that's what you have to like about this team, not only the way that the team looks, but the way this team has played as a team.
Also, I like the fact that they're bringing them in here to the Cougar Den here, or the House on the Hill, as I like to call it, here at Barton Community College, because this is one of the tougher venues to go to. The second toughest, I believe, is up in Cloud County, and both of them are similar in design. They're kind of sunken down. The ends are not like they are at some of the other venues. They're right on top of you when the cheerleaders are here. They're right on top of you when the fans are here. They're right on top of you. It makes it tough to play, and I think the fact that both the women and the men come here, Darren, and can get a couple games under their belt, it's going to help them when conference season comes around. They're playing the Cougars.
Yeah, I mean, the seating looks a little bit more like a college venue, but at the same time, the goals don't have the same look like you're talking about. The goals have that background that makes it more like a high school gym that a lot of these players were probably used to before they got to this point. So the goals aren't necessarily on those islands. They've got that backdrop behind them.
Talk about yesterday's game a little bit. 3 Blue Dragons really scored easily, and that was DJ Mitchell got out of his slump completely, had 28 points in the win, and 2 others lodged 20 or more points in the win as well, including Tyler Brown playing well, and also Majak Queth doing a good job. Majak had a great game and came on strong, so Hutchinson kind of got smacked in the mouth, trailed by 6 points early, 6-0. Finally got back into the flow, and they had not been up against a team with the strength and speed that Monroe showed. Hutchinson was able to handle it, though, and at one time led by 30, ended up winning at 114-91. You got to have a game like that as well that you're going to be seeing in the Jayhawk Conference.
Well, you hit it right there with those 3 guys that had such a great game yesterday. Mitchell 28, Brown 26, Queth 26, 80 of the team's 114. So 3 guys produced 70% of the team's points yesterday. And what you like about that, 2 of the 3 guys, sophomores, so you're getting that sophomore leadership. And then with Queth, you're seeing what a freshman can do in this Blue Dragon offense.
You and I were together down at Liberal when they opened the season down there with 2 wins. You did the Saturday night game down there when I had to go up and do football. So we've worked together and seen that. I like this Hutchinson team. I like what Josh Baker is giving. I like what Jaden Ocone is giving to the cause as well. And then I even like Matt Mayers coming off the bench. He's doing a good job. The one that needs to, in my opinion, needs to pick it up a little bit is Big Fred Othiambo. And he will, when he gets into the conference style, meet up a little bit more with some big men. But I love the fact that Baker and Singleton are doing a good job, and DJ Mitchell are playing well.
You mentioned Mayers. Anytime Mayers can get in and get some quality minutes, you give him just at least 9 minutes, he's been very productive. He's had 6+ points in 3 of the last 4 games when he's played 9 or more minutes. So when you give him a little bit of time, he's made the most of it. You mentioned Baker. Baker is just scorching it from beyond the arc. He's a 64% three-point shooter. Keep in mind the record for a season in Blue Dragon history is at 48.5. So all he has to do is finish with 100 attempts and keep shooting. Maybe not at that 64% clip, but at least stay a little bit on pace. He could easily smash that record, and he's not the only one on this Blue Dragon team that could do it. Tyler Brown is shooting 55% from distance already. So a couple of guys with a good crack at breaking a Blue Dragon single-season record for three-point percentage.
Iowa Western comes in 4-2 on the year. Their 2 losses is kind of interesting. They lost to Colby at Colby, 93-73, and they lost at State Fair, Missouri, 80-58. They have wins over Northwest Kansas Tech, and this is at home up in Council Bluffs, 85-70. They have wins over Butler, 79-73. That was a tournament that opened the season for Iowa Western, and also they have a win over Moberly area, 98-96. Those are teams, specifically Moberly, that has been in the national tournament. So Iowa Western has played some good competition. However, when they go on the road, they struggle, again, losing to conference foe that the Blue Dragons have in Colby by 20 up in Colby.
Yeah, neutral courts, though, they're 2-0, so they bring at least a little bit of that momentum with them. Only average 78.8 points per game, so that has to be problematic when you're going against a team like the Blue Dragons, who average 93.8. So if you're the Iowa Western Reivers, you have to be saying, okay, we really have to slow down their offense, and we have to be a little bit more productive ourselves offensively.
One name that jumps out with me for Iowa Western is Caleb Huffman. He averages 17.5 points a game. He is a sophomore, 6'4", out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. He is a guard, and he's averaging, like I said, in double figures with 17.5. Everybody else is under the double-figure march. Alpine with 8.3 and a couple others that jump up at you. Seneca Lewis, 9.5 points per ball game. So mainly their one man is Huffman, and we'll see how he does. Well, the Blue Dragons kind of pass it around each and every night. He had Saquon Singleton get a triple-double the other night, but yet yesterday, he only scored 3 points.
Yeah, well, you talk about that consistency. I mean, that's one thing Josiah Strong maybe has had a little bit of trouble with. He averages 14 on the year, but only had 2 points in that last game for Iowa Western. You look down the list at Jalen Dalcourt. He averages 12, and he had 21 points against Iowa Central. So Huffman with maybe a little bit of help. The one place Huffman has struggled has been beyond the arc, but he did knock down a couple in his last game on Tuesday.
Familiarity for Iowa Western with Hutchinson would be their head coach, Michael Johnette. He is 78-23. He's in his 4th year as a head coach for the Reivers. He was a longtime assistant to Jim Morris. Jim Morris used to coach right here at Barton when I was first affiliated with Barton. Then he was a longtime coach with Colby, and he coached for 20 years up at Iowa Western, and brought Johnette Coach Johnette in with him for several years, just about, I think, like 7 or 8. And he also, Johnette, coached 5 years with Chad Wentz at Hutchinson, so he's familiar with the Blue Dragons in that regard. Darren, let's take a timeout. We'll come back and get set for the starting lineups and talk a little bit more about this matchup. It's Hutchinson versus Iowa Western down in Great Bend. We'll be back with more after this 2-minute timeout.
Hi, this is Rob, and I want to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
The Hutch Medicine Shop and the Hutch Blue Dragons have a lot in common. In addition to our logos both being blue, all 3 pharmacists at the Medicine Shop graduated from HCC. Rick Stone in 1984, Brent Bellman in 2001, and Lacey Stone in 2007. In fact, the Medicine Shop has employed over a dozen HCC students over the past 15 years who are now Kansas pharmacists. The Medicine Shop and the Blue Dragons working together as one team.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won. In Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Come gobble up the savings at Pools Plus this November. All in-stock grills are $100 off. Save 25% on CR Plastics outdoor furniture. What a perfect time to warm up for the holidays with up to $2,000 savings on all in-stock spas and $5,000 savings on all in-stock swim spas. Pools Plus is feeling thankful all November long. Don't be a turkey. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus this holiday season. 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Call us at Pools Plus.
Let's set your starting lineups for today's broadcast. The Hutchinson Blue Dragons versus Iowa Western. Here's Darren Dunn.
Now for Iowa Western, the 6'3" sophomore out of Brooklyn Park, Minnesota. Number 2, Josiah Strong at guard gets the nod. The 6'4" sophomore out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. Number 4, Caleb Huffman. He'll play the guard position. 6'6" sophomore from Richmond, Virginia, Seneca Lewis, wearing number 11. He averages 9.5 a game, but had 11 points, 4 rebounds in his last outing. 6'2" sophomore from Lafayette, Louisiana. Number 13, Jalen Dalcourt. And then finally, the 6'7" sophomore out of Seattle, Washington, at forward Mal Pine. He averages 8.3 points per game. Had 4 blocks the last time this team played on Tuesday against Iowa Central. For the Blue Dragons, there's one spot that kind of moves back and forth. You never know who's going to get that start. Tonight we know it will be Josh Baker, the 6'4" freshman out of Tempe, Arizona, wearing number 13. Also Saquon Singleton, the 6'6" sophomore out of the Bronx, New York, wearing number 1. 6'4" sophomore out of Washington, D.C., number 2, DJ Mitchell. Then there's Tyler Brown, the 6'1" sophomore out of Derby, Kansas, wearing number 10. And finally, the guy that, Glenn, you'd like to see get going a little bit this season, the 7-foot sophomore out of Nairobi, Kenya, number 33, Fred Othiambo.
That's your starting lineups as both are being introduced on the court as we speak. Again, we're in Great Bend, Kansas, out north of the city of Great Bend on the campus of Barton Community College. And they've done a lot to this facility. Good-looking facility. Put in new seating both on the far east side as well as on the lower level of the west side. Trevor Roth, who actually played here, been an AD for the last 8 years, coached before that down in Pratt. He's talked about wanting to replace the bleachers that are in front of us. I have a good delegation of Blue Dragon fans that are on the far side and down behind the bench, as they are behind the bench on the home side here. And it's a good-looking facility. Again, it's a tough place to come play, so home court advantage is pretty big. And again, I like the fact that Steve Eckers brought his team here along with John Onges to familiarize himself a little bit with the Nets. It's amazing what that will do to a team that has not played here before. And just like you talked about, Darren, it's a depth perception behind the goals, much like a high school to some extent.
Yeah, typically at the college level, you get used to shooting on the island, or at least you have to, because you don't see that a lot at the high school level. And then when you have to kind of go back and forth. Sometimes it's not every shooter, but some shooters, they just tend to have a problem.
Makes a big difference. I think it makes a big difference. DJ Mitchell, by the way, came in yesterday and just lit it up from outside. And then the latter 5 minutes, he didn't take very good shots. Coach was a little upset with him. I was sitting with Coach a little bit, not real upset, but just talking to him to say, hey, be sure you're taking good shots. Know you're feeling it at the same time. We'll see what happens. Now, the fact that Hutchinson, both the men and women, are playing some pretty good competition, I think is going to fare well, as we are not that far away from conference starting on the 27th of November when Coffeyville comes to town.
Yeah, I think that's one thing when they expanded the conference and said, okay, you got to play so many times here and so many times there. It really has taken up a majority of the season, where it used to kind of only take up about a third of your season.
I like it because you're playing some good competition right away, and for the fans, it's a good thing. We used to have some fans that wouldn't show up till January when the conference would get started, and right now you can't do that. Blue Dragons will be at home next Tuesday. You might have on your schedule a Monday game. It will be on Tuesday against Heston. And then you turn around also on Monday night. I want to invite you out to AJ's at the Alley at 23rd and Lorraine for Dragon Talk. Both Steve Eck will be there, as well as John Onges. Steve Eck from 6 to 6:30. That airs on KWBW. And John Onges from 6:30 to 7 o'clock. And then we follow with Chiefs football right after that. We're jumping center. Big Fred will go up against Seneca Lewis. Is it Luis? Is that how it pronounces it? Lewis. Okay, gotcha. And with the basketball, the Hutchinson Blue Dragons right away. Tyler Brown, who had a great game yesterday, handles it back out front to Saquon Singleton. Blue Dragons in their whites today. And again, Iowa Western with dark blue and white on the colors. Feet down low underneath. The Fred Othiambo spins one off, misses, foul on the play, and it could be over the back on Othiambo.
Yeah, that's what makes it so frustrating. He gets a nice opportunity on the inside off the lob pass to start this one. Can't finish, and then he compounds the mistake by getting his first quick foul.
Darren, you had the ultimate compliment because the PA announcer here was going to imitate you because Barton played last year. It's a young college student here that came up and says, I'm going to do my best to imitate Darren Dunn.
I've never had that happen.
Ultimate compliment. We'll get you to autograph a scorecard for him afterwards. Here's the ball on the outer perimeter. Lewis with the basketball. Drives in. Ball doesn't go. Rebound's going to be cleared out by the Blue Dragons. Hutchinson on the run. Second possession that they have here in the game. Baker outside. DJ Mitchell rims out on him. No good. Fred Othiambo can't get the rebound. The ball's cleared out quickly. Here comes Strong with the basketball. He'll shoot it quickly. And Othiambo's there for the rebound off the miss. So both teams a little cold early on. 18:45 to go in this first half already, and neither team has been able to score. Baker to Mitchell. Mitchell step on the defender, takes baseline, and foul called. Hand check. As Dalcourt will pick up the personal.
I want to tell you two funny things about that. First of all, he told us that with about 1:20 left before starting lineups were set to go. He had to race all the way downstairs.
Tipped up and in. And Saquon Singleton with the basket.
So I'm surprised he wasn't out of breath when he had to do them. And then I kind of felt bad for Iowa Western because he put so much enthusiasm into the Blue Dragons. We're in a neutral court.
Yeah.
They kind of had the more emphasis on their starting lineup tonight.
2-0. Hutchinson with the early lead off the Singleton basket. Dribble penetration on the right side. No three-point shot. Shoot it up from the outer perimeter by Huffman. Rebound's going to be cleared out by the Blue Dragons. Othiambo already with a couple boards, and Hutchinson will bring it down. Singleton hands it off to Tyler Brown. He'll shoot it from the top of the key. No good. Rebound cleared out there by the Reivers. Long pass to the corner. Huffman underneath. Can't get it done. Rebound, Josh Baker. Hutch will bring it on the run now. Both teams on the run. Here's underneath the Brown. Takes it up. Can't get it done. Tip try not there. Basket interference is what they're going to call on Fred Othiambo. And it was not going to go. I think Fred, if it let it come off a little bit, he could have got the jam. But the shot by Brown was teetering off and was not going to go down.
You're right. He waits a half second longer, split second longer. He can dunk that through.
2-0 ball game. Hutchinson with the lead. The possession for Iowa Western. They go left to right as you watch on the Blue Dragon Sports feed on the stream. So glad to have you along on that as well. Here's the three-pointer from outside. Shot missing. Short of the shot by Pine. Enrique bounce cleared out by the Blue Dragons. Singleton. Blind pass over to Baker, and he strips the cords from three from the outside.
That's where he's been so good. A 64% three-point shooter on the year.
That's what I like about the pass from Singleton. There's little subtle little things. He did no look over the corner, and the defender didn't come right out on Baker, and Hutch was able to put it in. Ball on the outside. Huffman backs in down low underneath is Pine. Shot up. Wide open was Lewis, and he scores it. First basket for Iowa Western comes at the 16:57 mark.
Yeah, he's just able to sneak by that backside through Mitchell.
5-2. Hudson with the early lead. Baker drives on his defender down low to Fred Othiambo. Missed his shot. Great pass down low, and Big Fred wasn't able to finish. Feed down low. The shot on the other end doesn't go. The rebound cleared out by Baker. Hutch will bring it up. Here's Brown. Saquon Singleton can't run down the pass, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch off the Blue Dragons.
Fred was so wide open on that cut and the feed. It was almost like he was going to initially push the ball off the backboard, but at the last second decided to try for the dunk, and it got caught in between the two types of shots.
Queth will check into the ball game. Next dead ball whistle. Left side with the ball is Lewis. Lewis drives in, kicks it back on the outside. There's a drive by Dalcourt. They'll kick it back again. Another slant to the basket. And they still keep it alive, and traveling call. So the turnover goes against Iowa Western. And Hutch will have the basketball. When we get the stats in a little bit, pretty poor shooting by both teams. I doubt if they're either one out of the 30s right now. Hutchinson leads, however, at 5-2. Blue Dragons will bring it up. Saquon Singleton across head half court. Cougar insignia on the Barton court. Here's the drive. DJ Mitchell gives it off to Queth. He turns it over. So with the baseline steal, here comes Iowa Western. They'll loop one up. Offensive foul is going to be called. They're going to whistle it on Huffman. Huffman tried to sneak around a little bit and he wasn't able to. Picks up the personal.
Queth just did a good job of positioning himself in the paint and taking that charge.
2 team fouls now against the Reivers. And it's a River Pirate, the Reivers are, out of Council Bluff. Angle dribble all the way down. Layup good by Singleton. He was just determined to take it in the middle. He already has 4 points. The Dragons have 7. Saquon plays about 4 different positions on the floor. Many times he's bringing it up. And long and lanky, he'll take it straight up and in. Dribble penetration by Huffman. Gets it down the low blocks underneath. Turnaround jumpers up and good. Pine was able to score it. Scores his first basket. Darren there indicated he averages 8.3 a game. There's a pass on the corner to Mitchell. Back outside. Inside to Queth. Head fakes. Nice move. Puts it up. Can't finish. Ball teetered on the rim. It came out of there, and Iowa Western got the rebound. They'll drive down. Shot missing. Rebound by Baker. Here comes Hutch. Hutchinson's had many opportunities in his first half of play. Feed down low to Quaith, and one too many passes, Darren. Steve and I talked about that a little bit the other day. Sometimes you need that extra pass. Saquon wasn't ready for it.
Well, he set up Majock for such a good shot underneath. He's not expecting to get that back, especially for a guy who leads this team in assists. He's expecting Queth to go up with it, and he tried to give it back.
Lead is 7-4 for Hutchinson. 14:33 to go in his first half of play. Blocking foul out front. Illegal pick is what they're going to call. It's going to be Hutchinson basketball. Pine will pick up the personal. 3rd team foul. And Iowa Western will substitute. Riffin will check into the ball game. DeMontrez Riffin out of Augusta, Georgia. Freshman, 6'3". Singleton. Walk dribbles it across. Down to the top right side. Goes to Brown, back to Mitchell. Mitchell into the lane, to the right side of the lane, off the glass on the angle, no good. Rebound cleared out of there by Iowa Western. Iowa Western will drive down, shoot it up, and the Minnesota blocking foul is going to be called. Queth, I believe, will pick up the personal, and it will be on Queth.
Looks almost identical to the charge he took a little bit ago, but just didn't quite get the right position.
2 shots coming at the foul stripe for Lewis, and here's what is interesting, Darren. If Blue Dragons if Iowa Western's not shooting very well, Hutchinson in a hole right now, and vice versa. Both teams are not contributing too well. The free throw right there by Lewis was good.
Well, the Blue Dragons have had good looks, just unable to finish on the inside. Othiambo and Queth both had nice opportunities that they didn't finish on.
Iowa Western's been one and done a lot. O'Cone in the lineup now for the Blue Dragons. Jaden O'Cone out of Wichita, Kansas. His mom and brother are here in attendance. Saquon Singleton down low underneath O'Cone. Basket good. And that's what Jaden gives you. When he checks in, it's instant offense. Nice pass by Singleton on the assist. That's lead back at 4 again at 9-5. Lewis on the outside. Stolen away. Here comes DJ Mitchell. Mitchell will bring it down. He's contested, but lays it up and in. Mitchell's first basket, a layup after the steal. Hutch up by 6 now, 11-5. 13:27 to go. Again, we're in the first half of play of the Cougar Classic. Jumper up and good by Lewis. He has 5 of the 7 points that the Reivers have. Mitchell on the outside. Back to Baker. Brown, left side, Singleton. Singleton still on the dribble. Shot clock at 13. Here's Baker. Baker rolls off the screen, holds up. Over to Brown, back outside Baker. 3-pointer, off his mark, no good. Loose basketball, but picked up off the floor by Bryce Fitzgerald, who just checked in. And they throw it away. Trying to get the pass to Caleb Thornton. And it ends up being a turnover. Fitzgerald out of Las Vegas, Nevada, freshman. And Thornton, Caleb Thornton, out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. He's also a freshman. So Hutch will inbound with 12:48 to go, first half of play. Blue Dragon lead is now at 6. Here's Brown. Tries it down and misses it, but he's fouled. He'll step to the line to shoot a couple. Foul's going to be on Thornton. Caleb Thornton just checked into the contest. 4th team foul. And Tyler Brown will shoot free throws.
Best free throw shooter for this team. Done a good job so far getting himself to the line this year.
Free throw comes out on him, no good, rattles out. He will shoot a second one. Tyler's averaging 17 points per ball game. As you indicated, shooting 55.2% from outside the arc. Free throws up and missed both, and that's a rarity right there. Tyler Brown can count on one hand the last time he missed 2 free throws in the last 2 years of competition. Strong back in there on the outside. Dribble penetration by Thornton. Has the ball stripped away by Singleton. Singleton on the steal. DJ Mitchell goes back to Singleton, knocked away out of bounds. It'll be Hutchinson basketball. Good idea by DJ.
And good job running the court by Saquon and also DJ.
Mitchell will inbound right side baseline. Gets it into Singleton. Down low to O'Cone. Moves to his right. Soft hook. Won't go. And a foul's going to be called. A hold. It's going to work against Iowa Western. Foul's going to be charged on Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald picks up the personal. 15 foul. Not a shooting situation, so Blue Dragons will inbound. Underneath they go. Wrapping her around up and good is Mayers. And Mayers is able to get a quick basket. Now to force the timeout. With 12:09 to go in this first half. Check that. Blue Dragons 15. Iowa Western 7. We'll be back in a half minute.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members. Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coppin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
Welcome back to the House on the Hill at Barton Community College. 15-7. Blue Dragons lead it. 12:07 to go in this first half of play. And Mayers came in and got a quick basket, Darren. Got his body down low. Here's a three-pointer from outside, not there. And Mayers gets the rebound. So coming in and quickly helping out the Blue Dragon cause.
You know, he's given the minutes. He usually makes the most of them.
Ball on the outer perimeter. Here's DJ Mitchell. Mitchell pulls back, shoots it on its way. Ball comes off, no good. Contact made and a foul called. O'Cone got the rebound and he was banged into.
He has an ability to get himself in position for a rebound when initially as the ball's hitting the rim, he doesn't look like he's anywhere near the basket. Then suddenly here comes Jaden O'Cone out of nowhere. And we've seen him between a couple of defenders pull in one-handed offensive rebounds. Right there, he pulled in a rebound in between two Reivers.
And then got banged into by one of them. That will be the 16th foul. So one more will shoot free throws. And there's a push right there, and that'll send Singleton to the line. Foul's going to be charged against Riffin. Riffin will pick up the personal. This is the 17th foul. So Singleton will go to the line, which he's been good this year. 68%, 68.4. Misses on that attempt. And the ball is kicked out by Iowa Western.
Okay, he started out the season really well at the line and just kind of
faded a little bit, lately. Ball over in the far side. Iowa Western works it back. Pine gets the pass to the corner, and the travel call is going to work against Riffin.
Just a little shuffle of that pivot foot. I was impressed the officials on top of that. A lot of times they'll let that one go. 5 turnovers for the Reivers.
11:20 to go in this first half of play. Baker back in the lineup will bring the ball up. O'Cone with a real mismatch at that high post with Spence on him. There's a back to Mayers. He'll shoot the three and hit it. Mayers knocks down the three from outside.
His first attempt of the year from beyond the arc.
18-7. That's with the lead with 10:54 to go in the first half of play. We owe you a media timeout when we get under 10. This will be a 1-minute break. Ball on the outside. A crossover. It'll go left with it. It's down court underneath. Shot not there. Loose basketball on the floor picked up by Baker. Baker's gotten a lot of those rebounds, and now they're bringing up Quickly to O'Cone. Here's Mayers, skips it out to Brown. Three-pointer from the right side, no good. And there's a foul on Mayer. Mayers picks up the personal. That'll be only the third team foul and his first.
Saquon Singleton's going to get a break. We got to mention a couple of nights ago, he comes away with that first triple-double for the Blue Dragons since Shakur Houston did it. And what did he say to you after the game? He goes, "Tell Shakur I'm coming for him."
That's exactly what I said. I didn't remember Shakur had about 3, and then before that, Kadeem Allen had a couple. Though that's a rare feat. That's a rare feat. By the way, I went home and watched Shakur as they were on TV. Jumper from the outside. Three-pointer's good this time by Dalcourt as he finally gets on the board. Averages 12 a game. It knocked down now an 18-10 now. The lead is 8. Cut to 8, I should say, for the Blue Dragons. Fred Othiambo back in there. Trying to get the pass down low. Ball lost, touched out of bounds. Getting a hand on it was Huckman. That should be the media timeout. So media timeout coming with 9:54 to go in this first half of play. It's the Blue Dragons 18, Iowa Western Reivers 10. We'll be back in 1 minute.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
No time to fix breakfast? Just call us at Anchor Away 662-3100 and we'll have it ready for you. Choose from our selection of breakfast burritos, biscuits, or one of our 5 different complete breakfast plates. Breakfast from 7 to 10:30, Monday through Saturday. If you missed us for breakfast, we're here for lunch and dinner too. Pick up your favorite Mexican dinner or take some home for the family. We're open till 9. That's Anchor Away, drive-through, carry-out, and catering under the water tower at B & Adams in Hutchinson, 662-3100.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Barton County Community College, the gym, the house on the hill north of Great Bend. By the way, you listen to Blue Dragon Basketball on KHUT Hutchinson, Kansas, and KWBW Hutchinson, Kansas as well. Blue Dragons will inbound. Brown gets set. Also throw the basketball in, gets it in O'Cone. And here's Mitchell with the ball. He's checked back in. He'll spin down low. And a travel call. Shuffled his feet just a little bit. And it will be Iowa Western's basketball as they'll bring it up. Out the court, across the half court to Langle. Now out top side again, Dalcourt, who just hit a 3 a little while ago. Jumper from the outside. Three-pointer's good by Spence from the deep corner left. Makes it 18-13. Cuts it down to a 5-point margin. Blue Dragons will set up the offense. Here's Steve Ed saying, hey, run the offense, guys. There's Brown. Back to Mitchell. He's open for 3. Rims off long. No good off the flange. And Othiambo gets the rebound. He'll pass it to O'Cone down low in the paint. Puts it up on its way. No good. Batted out there and a foul on Othiambo over the back. Trying to punch the ball out there, Darren, and I think if you're sure you're going to be able to do that, okay. But now he picks up his second personal, and he'll check out of the contest.
Well, that's one reason, you say we need to see Fred Othiambo get going. That's one reason he can't, because notice his 2 fouls have come on the offensive side of the court.
Blue Dragons shooting 38.9% at the media timeout, while Iowa Western 30.8% on 4 out of 13 shooting. Ball on the outside, Iowa Western with an opportunity now to cut into that 5-point lead. Spence, who had a 3 a little while ago, gives off to Thornton. Thornton crosses over, goes left of the lane, wraps one around, got it, and a +1 coming your way. Pretty nice drive right there. That's his first basket. He'll shoot free throws. Makes it 18-15, so on a run right now is Iowa Western with 8:41 to go. This first half of play. Free throw toss is up and good. So the N1 converts it to a 2-point ball game. 18-16 Blue Dragons. Nice drive right there by Thornton. Tough foul was called on Singleton. Drive the other way, basket good. But Jacquet comes in right away, Darren, and contributes.
Yeah, tough finish. He got himself in decent position, but the defensive player was right in between him and the basket, and he was able to force one up and in.
And we need to make it known that we overrule Coach Eck on how to pronounce Quest's name.
Because I talked to him, and because his brother's
you did
name
your
is in
research.
that pronunciation guide for Oklahoma.
You are bound determined. There's a drive to the basket, up and good by Spence, and he now has 5 points. And it's still a 2-point difference, 20-18 Blue Dragons. Darren on the way up here got a hold. His brother plays for Oklahoma, got the pronunciation guide and proved it. Shot up and good underneath by Queth, and he comes in as instant offense with a couple baskets. Never seen a man on a mission so much as you were. More to that story is Darren talks to the kids and finds out exactly how they're supposed to pronounce the name and does deep research to make sure. He had Queth, but coach was calling him Quaid. Here's a pass down the low blocks. And a foul, offensive foul is going to be called. They're going to whistle that one on Pine as he dropped his shoulder. And that'll be Pine's second. Now, there's a new rule, and I was hoping that it wasn't going to be the call. There's a flop rule this year. You warn them once. And we had that in another game. And Queth, though, was banged into and did fall back. But you can't do that acting job that some people used to do and fall all the way across the lane.
Yeah, in fact, the game against NEO, he was the one that got the warning.
Drive down, layup won't go. Rebound's going to be cleared out of there by Western. They're on the run. They'll lay it up and score it. Huffman all the way down, and he's finally has 2 points. Blue Dragons have held him in check. 22-20, the ball game score. Blue Dragons lead it. Baker to Queth, low blocks. Working on Lewis. Goes down, puts it up and in. Tell you what. You're seeing the making of a kid that's going to be pretty good at this level. As he's only a freshman, that's Bajak Queth.
Well, those aren't easy finishes that he's showing us.
6:38 to go. Feed down low, left block. We're down in the first half of play. They kick it back outside. Hoffman, for Iowa Western. They'll top to Thornton. Right side, Thornton drives in, misses it. Queth with the rebound, and he's banged for Hine, and that's one of those fouls that just drives you nuts. That'll be the second on Thornton. So Michael Johnette, the head coach of Iowa Western now, sending a new player into the lineup as he walks to the opposite end of the bench as Josiah Strong will come in. 6:25 remaining to go in his first half of play. Hutchinson up by 4, 24-20, and Quest shooting free throws, which he's a 75% shooter on the year. Queth gets set. Free throw toss is good. Got another one coming. Majak a little confused there.
He was content to go play defense.
I think he thought he had the N1 maybe. I don't know. Opposite end of the court, right? Queth takes his time. Here's the deep knee bend. Free throw's good. So 8 points for Majak as he's able to give the Dragons now a 6-point lead again at 26-20. Ball on the outside. Out top now to work it. That's Huffman on the dribble. Waits the offensive player to come out. That's Spence. Receives the ball to the free throw line. Left side. Here's Strong on the drive. Covered up. Drive again on the outside. Shot clock at 5 now. They'll shoot the 3 from outside. Hit it. Big basket by Downcourt. He has 2 threes, 6 points total. And that one was with about 2 on the shot clock. 26-23, Blue Dragons, 5:45 to go before halftime. Queth down low, banks inside. Turns, shoots it way too strong, but the rebound by Singleton not there. Singleton with a nifty move, but then doesn't get the ball up above the rim. And here comes Iowa Western with a chance to cut into the lead. They missed the shot. The follow was jammed down, but they're going to wave it off. Foul's going to be called on the Blue Dragons. It'll be on Queth. And he'll pick up his second, and that's unfortunate. Clarence King will come into the ball game. And a timeout's going to be taken, a 30-second timeout. 5:26 to go in this first half of play. Iowa Western, I believe, will be shooting free throws when we return. 26-23 your score. Blue Dragons on top. We'll be back in a half minute.
Listen up, peeps. we've got the best wireless deal on the best wireless network. Bring your tired old phone to Next Tech Wireless and swap it out for a free iPhone 11 or Galaxy S10e. Really? Oh yeah, bring your number with you and get a Ring video doorbell too. Also free. And it's still 4 lines, $120, all unlimited data. Doesn't get better than that. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
Welcome back. It's 24-23. We've just been advised that they put 2 extra points on the Blue Dragons side. And Darren, I didn't catch that exactly when that might have happened.
Well, it happened before that first media timeout. Steve Carpenter, the SID for Hutchinson Community College, was over here checking. He thought he was 2 points short. We got to looking at what I had and what he had, and they matched. So they have yet to pull that off the scoreboard.
Seneca Lewis, free throws up and good. And his second one misses. So 1 for 2. And it's the scoreboard says 26-24. We believe it's 24 all. We'll double check it when they adjust it, and they might not be able to do that until halftime. Drive down, layup, good! TJ Mitchell takes it in and gets his second layup. He has 4 points, and Dragon lead is 26-24. Ball on the outside. Back to the top, offensive foul. Pushing off was Spence, and he'll pick up his second. And slowly but surely, Iowa Western getting a little bit of foul trouble. As you look with Pine with 2, Thornton with 2, and now Spence with 2.
7 turnovers now for the Reivers.
4:57 to go in the ball game's first half of play. Singleton will walk it up. 26-24 Dragons. Ball on the outer perimeter. Here's Baker. Drops it down to the low blocks. It's Mayers with the basketball. Gets it back outside. Baker drives. Misses a shot, but the foul's called. And they're going to whistle, I believe, Lewis on the foul. Let's double check it. Yes, it will be. Lewis will pick up his first.
And they have fixed the scoreboard for you.
So 26-24 is your score. With 4:32 remaining to go in this first half of play. Baker at the line. Free throw toss good by Josh Baker. He has 4.
They recognize the error because 2 points have been given to Josh Ursery, and he hasn't even been in the game for the Blue Dragons. So they probably meant to give that to Lewis on the other side.
Free throw toss is up and good. So 5 points now for Baker. And the Blue Dragons lead is again at 4, 28-24. Right side with the basketball on the outer perimeter. There's a drive by Huffman. He'll stop and shoot it on his way. It's off, no good. Rebound's cleared out there by the Blue Dragons' Mayers. And Hutchinson will bring it up. Here we drive down low underneath all the way through Singleton. Back outside to King. Singleton attacks. Back to King. He'll launch the 3. Looks good. Got it. King with the 3 ball from the outside. 31-24 is your score. Blue Dragons on top. Darren, something about the angle we have up here, you can really tell if a ball's going in or not. I've noticed that ever since, even when I was the broadcaster down here. It's uncanny how you can kind of get a really good look. There's a 3 ball right there put up and in by Dalcourt, and he has hit nothing but threes today. His third, he has 9. Just keeping Iowa Western in it. 31-27, Blue Dragons lead it. King, Brown underneath, wraps it around, puts it up and in. Nice job by Tyler Brown. Thought he was going to get bumped out of what I would call his route, but he did not. He took it right up and in. Nice job by Tyler Brown. His first basket of the day.
Yeah, it took him 16 and a half minutes to get on the board.
Which is odd in that fact. Ball on the outside, back out top. Watch him. Dalcourt can shoot it. They'll kick it back on the outer perimeter. 3 wide open. Shot up and good by Lewis. Lewis with his first 3. He has 9. 33-30. Blue Dragon lead is cut to 3. Here's Baker. Stumbles into the paint. Back outside to King. Gets it back again on the right wing. Here's Brown. Right side over to Baker on the bounce pass. He'll bring it out. Directs traffic a little bit. Now he isolates. Takes it into the paint, loses it up the left side, foul called. This was going to be on Lewis. It'll be a 2-shot foul coming for Baker. And Lewis, this should be his second.
And he was clean up top on the block. He just had that little grab of Baker on the way up.
Now 4 players for Iowa Western with 2 fouls apiece, with 2:32 to go in this first half of play. Blue Dragons lead it by a margin of 34-30 now that Baker makes the first of 2. Baker with 6 points.
Dragons have been a much better free throw shooting team this year. Think about a year ago, shot about 67%. This year, shooting over 77%.
It was actually an Achilles heel last year to some extent. That reference that you always hear. Free throws up and good. 7 points already for Baker, and he is 4 for 4 from the line. 35-30 to lead again. Back at 5 for Hutchinson. 2:25 to go in the half. Left side, they'll shoot the 3 again. This time they'll hit it again. Griffin knocks it down from outside. His first basket. 35-33. The lead is cut to 2. Brown drives in. Nice pass over to King. His shot won't go. What a pass by Brown. Before he looked like he maybe was going to turn it over. Ball on the outside. They'll come across the lane. Strong will give it off. Spence will gun it on his way. It's off, no good. Rebound cleared, and a foul called. Foul's going to go against Iowa Western. Fitzgerald will pick up the personal. That'll be his second. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different players for Iowa Western with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah, that could be the undoing for this team here in this one if that continues.
So far, Michael Johnette has got those players out of the contest that are stacked with 2. There's a missed free throw by the Blue Dragons Mayers. He'll shoot a second one. DJ Mitchell back into the Blue Dragon lineup, replacing King. Mitchell unable to get on track in this game as well. Mayers' second free throw is good. So 6 points for Matt Mayers. 36-33, the lead is 3 for the Blue Dragons. Glenn Grunwald, Darren Dunn, glad to have you along on Hutchinson's Country Station, 102.9 KHUT, as well as KWBW. On the AM side, 1450, and on the FM side, 98.5. There's a drive after the rebound by Iowa Western. And it will send Fitzgerald to the line. The foul called on the Blue Dragons.
Fitzgerald was just kind of left wide open in the middle of the paint. 3 Blue Dragons had collapsed on the hoop. Fitzgerald was in the spot where the ball came right to him.
Mayers picks up his second. Free throw toss is good by Fitzgerald. His first points of the day. Shoot a second one. Free throw toss up and good. So he has 2, and it's a 1-point ball game. Blue Dragons 36, Iowa Western 35. A minute and 25 to go before halftime. Ball on the outside. Brown over to Singleton. Back out top of the key to Baker. To the free throw line. Back outside Brown. In and out of his hands. And stolen away. Coming up with a steal will be Strong. He'll lay it up. And his first basket gives Iowa Western a lead of 37-36 with a minute and 3 to go in the half. So a turnover turned into a leading basket for Iowa Western. Feed down low to Mayers. Goes up Strong and scores it. Matt Mayers with 8.
Just had that little hesitation that allowed him to get that wide open look.
38-37 Blue Dragons. 39 seconds to go before half. The 3 on its way. Good. Strong with a 3-pointer. Again on top is Iowa Western. This time 40-38. Blue Dragons will bring it down and probably play for 1. About a 2-second differential in shot clock and game clock. Singleton way out by the score table. They'll kick it right side. Baker from 3. Rims off on him. No good. Rebound's going to be cleared out by Iowa Western with 12 seconds to go. They're going to play it for 1. Michael Johnette walking all the way to the scores table. 7 seconds. Dragons trailing by 2. Iowa Western on the possession. They'll drive in. Leans 1. Not there. Shot put up at halftime, and missing, and halftime is here. Let's say from half court. Iowa Western with the lead, 40-38. We will come back and add up all the numbers, get into the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Iowa Western getting a little run at the end of the first half of play to take the lead at 40-38. We'll be back right after this 2-minute timeout.
If you could own a vacuum that would last decades for under $200, would that pique your interest? The bag lady Donna Pitzer has bought out the inventory of another Panasonic dealer and is passing the savings on to you. Panasonic vacuums are the standard for many, and right now, get a top-of-the-line Panasonic Performance vacuum for only $199.95. These vacuums normally sell for $400, but right now, you can own one for only $199.95 with free delivery. These prices won't last, and neither will these vacuums. Call the bag lady Donna Pitzer at 663-4322.
Hi, Brian Bobo of Midwest Ford, where it's Black Friday every day. And with deals like a new Ford Edge with an MSRP of $38,555, sale price of $31,980, and 0% for 60 months, what about up to $12,000 off MSRP on a new Crew Cab 4x4 F-150? Or how about a new EcoSport SE with an MSRP of $24,640, but a Black Friday price of $18,980? So don't wait until Black Friday. It's every day at Midwest Ford, 1100 East 30th, or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
In need of a business loan? With the First, you are promised personal service and commercial lending. Whether your business is just getting started or you're ready to expand, the First has solutions to help make your business successful. We're first for you. Find out how our loan experts can help. Visit fnbhutch.bank to get started or stop into a location nearest you. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Hi, everybody, and welcome back to Great Bend, Kansas, just north of Great Bend, Barton Community College, the house on the hill. 40-38, Iowa Western. It rallied back after trailing by 90 to lead at halftime by 2. It's time for the Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Brought to you by the Little White Castle at 14th and Main. The Medicine Shop. Flu season is here, folks. Get in and get your flu vaccination. And again, if you're 65 or older, also have an opportunity to get a stronger flu shot for you. So be sure and you ask for that. Also, don't forget about the pneumonia shot, as well as the shot for shingles, as well, the vaccination, Shingrix. And it is a prescription in 2 phases. So they'll get the prescription. They'll call your doctor, get it all lined up for you. If you aren't a patron of the Medicine Shop, well, you should be. Easy for them to transfer your medications to you from your pharmacy to them, I should say, without you having to do any of the work. They'll also help you out with Medicare Part D. Again, Medicine Shop at 14th and Main. Rick Stone and the gang do a great job. Let's look at the numbers. Blue Dragons down by 2 at halftime. As again, Iowa Western used a little rally, got a little run going to be able to go up by 2. And the Blue Dragons not shooting what their season average is so far in the shooting. That's been a big difference. Hutchinson 40 out of 32 for 43.8%. 48.2% is what Iowa Western is shooting. And probably one of the differences is the turnovers of 6. Not that bad. Iowa Western's had 9, but at the foul stripe, Hutchinson is 7 out of 11, while Iowa Western 5 out of 7. The big difference is 3-point shooting, 7 out of 3 for Iowa Western. What's the individual statistics look like, Darren?
Yeah, a lot of those 3-pointers came late as well, which has gotten Iowa Western not only back in this, but on top to give the Blue Dragons their first deficit at halftime this season. Blue Dragons owning the paint, 20 points to Iowa Western's 10, but those 3-pointers from distance are what really pushed the Reivers ahead in this contest. The Reivers will have to watch out for that foul trouble. 13 fouls called against Iowa Western in that first half, just 7 against the Blue Dragons. Josiah Strong has 5, Seneca Lewis 9, Jalen Dalcourt 9, and 5 for Alex Spence. Glenn mentioned the 9 turnovers to the Blue Dragons 6. For the Blue Dragons, a couple of guys leading the scoring here this afternoon are guys off the bench. Matt Mayers came in, put up 8 points, but Jacques Queth has 8 points as well. Josh Baker, one of the starters, he has 7 4 points for Saquon Singleton to go with 4 assists, 4 points for DJ Mitchell. Tyler Brown took him 16 and a half minutes to get on the board. Remember, he missed a couple of free throws before he finally got a layup to go. Tyler Brown, the leading scorer for this team throughout the season, only 2 points in that first half of basketball.
That is your Medicine Shop in-game capsule. Again at halftime, 40-38. Blue Dragons trail the Reivers of Iowa Western. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Come back and talk with Craig Fletchall, head coach of the Barton Cougars. We'll be back in 1 minute.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Mega Manufacturing, Burton Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Kaufman Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
When you're looking for jewelry that's one of a kind, remember Amelia Bedelia's filled with thousands of beads and stones, and with my passion for design, I can create something that's perfect for you. Amelia Bedelia's, 115 and a half South Main Street in downtown Hutchinson. Go Blue Dragons!
This is Kelly, owner of Brick House Boutique. Stay warm and look fabulous at the same time with comfy, trendy, and affordable clothing. You'll also appreciate the personal attention that you'll always get when you shop at Brick House Boutique. Big City Chic in a downtown boutique at 117 South Main in Hutchinson.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. 40-38 at halftime. Iowa Western on top of the Blue Dragons. My good friend Craig Fletchall, the head coach of the Barton Cougars, joins us at halftime. Craig, how long have you been down here now? They kick you out every place else you've been.
Yeah, they run me off. 15 years, Glenn.
Wow.
15 years. I'm about to get that brick I think they give for people that have been here for 15 years.
Wow. So, I was a youngin' then. You know that? So were you.
Oh, I guess. I was still doing the JUCO thing, but it was 2005 seems just like the other day, and then it seems like 30 years ago sometimes.
Let's go back to 88 real quick. You're coaching high school ball. Trinity Catholic won the state championship that year.
It was a good time. It was a good time. I got really lucky. Had really good senior class, and just kind of rolled the ball out and just kind of learned on the fly. And really enjoyed my time as a high school coach. In fact, I was texting some guys today. Those are good relationships that you keep forever.
Of course, you went up to Kansas City area, coached up there as well. And then you got into the JUCO role and played assistant for a while. I was the head coach in the O show, and then came over here when Barton opened up. You kind of made this your home, haven't you?
Yeah, I really have. It was close. Obviously, I'm from Hutch, and before my father passed in 2005, I took this job, and that was one of the reasons we wanted to come back to be close. But it's obviously the history, and you've been here, and the ups and downs of this place. But the people remain. A lot of the facilities obviously are top notch, and it's been a blessing to see my kids grow up here. I've got a senior and a sophomore. I'm gonna try to hang in there for 3 more years till my youngest one graduates. So that's kind of the plan right now.
How has basketball changed, say, over the last 10 years?
Oh boy, I tell you, I think it's gotten worse. I'm going to sound like that old crotchety man now, but I think it's gotten worse. I think it's sloppier. There's a lot of selfishness. It's hard to get guys at this level to play. Steve, I love the Hutch team because this is the best that they've shared the ball. I know it's early in the year, and I know he won't overly hand out compliments this early, but his team shares the ball so well, and that's so hard to get done. And I think that's the thing. But I think it filters from the NBA on down. I'm always amazed when I come in and talk to the guys about a good college game I watched the night before, and they're like, no, I didn't see it, but Harden had 52. And it kind of lets you know where their mindset is. So,
exactly.
The kids are bigger, stronger, faster, but, I'm kind of old school, and you kind of want the fundamentals. But kids play hard. I mean, kids are kids. It's just, I think it's been a change. I sometimes feel like I'm the old man, and maybe I'm having trouble keeping up with some of these young guys, and I talk to Herc and Eck about the same thing, but it seems like all of our younger assistant coaches kind of feel the same. It's like, things have really changed. So I think change is not always bad, but I think basketball-wise, we need to get back to being able to coach them up a little bit.
We always had allowed 5 out-of-staters and 7, and you had more. Now it's kind of wide open. Is that the biggest change you see? But it does allow us to compete. But we're still hanging in pretty good, all the teams in JL Conference, when we were even limited with the number of out-of-state
No question. No question. Well, I look at our banners. We haven't had the success I wanted here, but one league title, and we started 3 Kansas kids that year. So I think, and I look at what Hutch has done with Tyler and the kid from Heights, and we start 2 ourselves, and I think you still have to have a nice mix because they just know how to play, and they come from good programs, and they bring a good fan base. But yeah, by far that's been the biggest change in the last couple of years, and then with the scholarship situation too.
I was really proud. I've always been proud of your fans. Really come out and turn out. When I was here as a broadcaster, they were outstanding and really enjoyed that. I was really proud of the Hutchinson fans a couple years ago when you guys were in the tournament and stayed around and cheered for the Jayhawk Conference Spartan. And I think that was a little bonding moment right there between the 2 fan bases.
I had people come up and say that what that did, and I tell you, I don't know. I probably won't get back to that point. Don't know if we'll have that kind of team, but that was the year we had 26 games scheduled, and I think the fact that we played good competition all year helped us. You talk about the fan base. I don't think I enjoyed it that week because it seemed like a blur. But I remember a couple things, and one was when we walked off after getting beat, the crowd. And the second thing is Steve Eck coming on our bus and congratulating us. Now, when would that happen in the conference?
Yep, exactly.
But then you get to the Nationals, and you want to represent your home base.
Is it true there's a shake or a malt at Bogies that's named after Fletch?
That was only 2 years ago. That was a 1-week special by request, and I think that went away.
I think I tried to bring you one down here, and you know what happened? I ended up having it for myself.
I heard that on the radio. I heard you saying that.
I'm looking at that. It's melting, man. It is melting away. I'm sitting there going like,
I was listening to you live.
This is going to mess up my car. I'm going to have to have this myself.
That is awesome.
So I owe you a shake.
You got it. I appreciate it.
Shake, so.
Appreciate it. Obviously got a admiration for Hutch, talking to Anches before, and talked to Gooch and saw Coach Rhodes here yesterday, and Pat Halls does a great job, and you guys got a great staff. And like you said, if we can bond like that, obviously when we line up and play each other twice, I actually heard your pregame today talking about it helps both teams play on each other's floor.
It really does.
I think the quality of those games are going to be better because of it.
I think you have one of the more competitive floors here, and I say the same thing about Cloud County. Both facilities, I think, are the toughest in the league. Now, that's just me being involved with about 30 years calling ball games to where I go to all of them. Now, I don't see all the East. You coached over there. There's some tough places over there. And the Osho's a nice facility.
Yeah.
Cali's a tough place to go play.
Cali would be one that you would throw in there because they're sunk down.
Exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. How do you like your team this year?
I like them a lot individually. Our 4 best players are freshmen, which is exciting. But it's just with that comes some egos and some role redefinition, if you will. We're not even close to where we should be, but I like them. I mean, it is what it is. It's junior college basketball, and we got to find a way to mix egos and returning sophomores that aren't getting the offers that they want. Sometimes that's not always easy, but tonight will be a battle. Monroe's physical.
Yep.
I don't know if we've got those kind of players. Hutch matched up for them. They got the size and strength, but we got a lot of finesse players. I don't know how we're going to be.
They kind of smacked Hutchinson in the mouth last night to start with, and jumped out big on top, and Hutchinson finally woke up. I don't think we hadn't played that kind of strength and speed combined.
No, the other thing is it's just geographically. I mean, that's the way they play out there. I had 2 New York kids last year. They played just like Monroe, and I was trying to keep them out of foul trouble all year long. But then you bring them down. But it's neat to bring a team in like that. It's hard. I mean, ask Steve and John. It's hard to schedule. It's hard to schedule.
Yep,
I don't like the schedule. I'm pretty sure we're going to do this again next year. We lost out on a couple because Steve stuck in there in Liberal and got those games because we went there last year. And I know you guys battled some things with volleyball that you haven't in the past. And back in the day, Hutch didn't leave the sports arena until about February 14th, right?
For our days,
about February 1.
He never left, and nor did he even consider it.
But the coaches that followed wouldn't either.
Yep,
I remember when our boy Swanee got in there, I was like, Swanee, you going to change that? And all of a sudden he had that patent response. No, why should we? So,
exactly, good point. So
this is neat.
Hey, who do you open up with on conference-wise?
The crazy thing is we actually have a bye the first night everybody plays. So we open up with Cali and Coffeyville back-to-back here. The 30th of November, right after Thanksgiving, in Coffeyville. So we go Cali, Coffeyville, Indy.
Awesome. So you have one of those Monday things starting out. Might as well get it out of the way quick.
That's what I'm saying. Might as well play. Because you get to that point, let's just play.
Thank you, Fletch.
Thanks,
appreciate it as always. You bet. Craig Fletchall, the head coach of the Barton Cougars, always does a great job. Enjoy him. He's a native of Hutchinson. I love talking to Fletch. And does he ever have some stories to tell? We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll be back with more. Again, Hutchinson down by 2, 40-38. We'll be back right after this 1-minute timeout.
Welcome to the Hutchinson Medicine Shop. With the emergence of big business, not only in pharmacy, but all industries, the Medicine Shop is proud to be a thriving local business in Hutchinson. We're so thankful to our customers in Hutchinson, Reno County, and Central Kansas for your support. In turn, we're proud to be a major sponsor of the Hutch High Salthawks, as well as other area high schools, the Blue Dragons, Chiefs, Royals, Jayhawks, and Wildcats. You support us, and the Hutchinson Medicine Shop supports local sports.
Getting the most back from your tax return starts with getting the most expertise. H&R Block has more enrolled agents than any other tax preparation company, and we guarantee the accuracy of every return prepared by our tax professionals. We find every credit and deduction to lower your tax bill. Put our expertise to work on your return, and don't just get your taxes done, get your taxes won in Hutchinson, Lyons, and Ellsworth.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. We're getting set for the second half of play. Glenn Rumlow, Darren Dunn, so glad to have you along right here on KHUT Hutchinson as well as KWBW Hutchinson. 7 out of 3 Iowa Western from outside the arc, and that really, to me, is the big difference in the ballgame in the first half. Darren, we're going to see if those fouls that I've been talking about on Iowa Western is going to catch up with them or not, because they have several individuals, 5 to be exact, with 2 fouls apiece.
Yeah, I think if you're Iowa Western, you got to get yourself out of that mode of in the foul mode that they're in. You have to imagine if you're the Blue Dragons that Iowa Western is going to cool off from beyond the arc. This team shot 53.8% in that first half of basketball. The team that came into this game shooting only 30.7% from distance. So I would expect that to taper off.
And a little understanding from Coach Fletchall about why Iowa Western didn't come down last night. They had scheduled too many games, so they were off last night is one of the reasons why they did not come down and compete and be taking on Barton one night and Hutch the other. Here, ball on the outside, Iowa Western with their first possession. They'll drive it inside and scoop up a shot, and it falls. Nice shot by Seneca Lewis to start the second half of play, and all of a sudden it's a 4-point lead. Blue Dragons trailing.
11 points already for him. Matches his output earlier this week on Tuesday.
Brown on the outside for the Blue Dragons. Baker starting the second half of play. Othiombo sets the pick for Mitchell. Back outside. Baker spins. Back outside now to Singleton. He'll step up, and a player jumps into him. Saquon gets the shot off and drew the foul. He actually was fouled right before he actually got the shot off.
They're going to give it to him. He did a good job of going up into the defender, Huffman, and to get that shot off to make it appear as though he was going into his shot.
And now Huffman has 2. So 6 different Reivers with 2 fouls apiece. Free throw toss is up and good by Singleton. Singleton now with 5 points. He'll shoot a second free throw. Try to pull the Dragons within 2. 42-39 is your score right now. Iowa Western with the lead. Second free throw does not go, and the rebound clears out, and the score remains a 3-point edge for Iowa Western. Strong on the outside. Back out top of the key. Over on the right wing with the basketball will be Iowa Western. They go back to Strong again. Blocking foul called. They're going to whistle this one on Brown, and Brown will pick up his first personal. Team foul will be the first. Here comes the inbound pass. It comes into Strong. Very deliberate is the Iowa offense. Right at the beginning of the ball game, both teams kind of up and down the court missing. There's a drive. Shot blocked by Fred Othiombo, but kept alive by Iowa Western. There's the 3 ball. It won't go. They get it back again off the floor. Here's Pine. He'll gun a 12-footer. It won't go. Dragons get the rebound. Othiombo with the rebound, and Hutchinson will bring it up. So a little flurry right there offensively for Iowa Western. Right by Saquon in the end one. Singleton takes it in, got banged, and puts it up off the glass. He's such a slasher, Darren, that you can just about count on him taking it to the rim.
He has a quick first step, and it was opened up by a nice Fred Othiombo screen.
He plays everywhere from a 1 to a 4. I don't know. Is he a guard? Is he a slashing 2 guard?
He's just kind of able to do it all. No matter where you put him, you're going to see shades of every position.
19:18 to go, second half of play. Singleton's basket pulled the Dragons within one, and the free throw here is off, no good. Stays at 42-41 after the miss by Singleton on the N1. And again, Iowa Western with the lead by one. The drive inside, shot up and good. Kind of lopping it off the glass was Lewis. He has 13. And the lead back at 3 again. Here's Singleton trying to get him back in it. Shot way too strong. Gets it on board, put back good. Saquon able to get it done on the inside. And Michael Johness probably thinking, hey, we got to stop that guy inside, fellas. Only a 1-point lead for Iowa Western. Angle by Strong, deep corner right, back door up and good by Fitzgerald. Wide open was Fitzgerald on the baseline. His first points of the second half. And Fitzgerald with 4 points total for the ball game. Drive by Brown, shot won't go. Off the front iron, rebound's cleared out. Iowa Western on the run. They'll bring it down, laying it up, bounces it around, comes out, no good. Brown with a rebound for the Blue Dragons. Well, Hutchinson will give it off to Baker. Baker's been a little quiet. Hit the three kind of to get him going early on in the game, and then since then it's been all free throws for him. Baker with 9. Dive down low underneath. B.J. Mitchell with the basket. Mitchell was 6. I said Baker with 9. He actually has 7. B.J. Mitchell, not a 3 yet today. But 6 points for him, and the Dragons pull it within 1. Blocking foul out front. It's going to go on Brown as he banged into it. That'll be his second. And Tyler Brown joins Mayers and Queth and Othiambo with 2 fouls apiece. And Queth comes back into the lineup. Here comes the inbound from Iowa Western. They get it into Strong. 46-45, Iowa Western with the lead. Blue Dragons had a 9-point lead at one time in the first half of play. Angle to the right side. Shot up, missing. Rebound, Queth. Blue Dragons have it. Majok went high. Here comes Baker to shoot. 3-pointer, good. Such a soft shot that Baker has. 10 points total. He's in double figures. And the Dragons regain the lead at 48-46 with 16:14 to go. Ball on the outside. There's Dalcourt. He's done nothing but hit 3-pointers today. Jumper up, missing. Battle for the board. Baker, nice job. Nice save into Saquon Singleton by Baker. Mark that one down, just under 16 to go. Here's Brown, corner shot, 3's good by Brown. Tyler Brown with 5 points. His first tray. That forces of Iowa Western timeout. Blue Dragons back on top 51-46 with 15:51 to go in the second half of play. A 1-minute break coming your way. We'll be back with more basketball action from Great Bend right after this.
Come gobble up the savings at Pools Plus this November. All in-stock grills are $100 off. Save 25% on CR Plastics outdoor furniture. What a perfect time to warm up for the holidays with up to $2,000 savings on all in-stock spas and $5,000 savings on all in-stock swim spas. Pools Plus is feeling thankful all November long. Don't be a turkey. Shop local. Shop Pools Plus this holiday season. 21 East 1st in downtown Hutchinson.
Call us at Pools Plus.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Mega Manufacturing, Burton Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Coffin Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
Welcome back. Blue Dragons igniting a little bit. Brown hitting a 3 to put Dragons up 51-46. Iowa Western called a timeout, and here we go. Iowa Western basketball. Blue Dragons shooting a little bit more better in the second half, like a lot better, 71.4%. Angle dribble, back outside. Fitzgerald has it. Works on Queth and travels. Duggo pivot foot. He disagrees. And nevertheless, the call was made. And turnovers now, 10 turnovers on Iowa Western.
Yeah, you can really feel that momentum switch after that Baker 3. He had the hustle play underneath the basket, led to the Brown 3. And the Reivers, meanwhile, 7 threes in the first half. Yet to make a 3 in the second half.
Brown tried to get it down low to Queth, and it was reflected back out to Baker. Here's Saquon Singleton, and a hand check foul, hard one out front by Riffin. And he becomes another one to have 2 fouls apiece. we can't get those third on anybody, but we got a ton with 2 apiece.
Well, remember, Pine did go to the bench earlier this half when he picked up his third.
7 players for Iowa Western with 2 individual fouls on each. And there's a foul outside. This time, Riffin picks up his third. Same type of thing. He's trying to body check on a little bit on Saquon Singleton. This will be the 4th foul of the half. And he'll have to check out. Back in will check Huffman. So here comes the inbound. Singleton has it. Saquon wants to drive, takes it inside, head fakes, kicks it on the outside, throws the ball away. Ends up being a bad pass. Ball goes over the seats, over in the far side, and a Hutchinson fan will pick it up for the referee and gets set to go.
Just the 7th turnover now for the Blue Dragons.
51-46, a 5-point lead for the Blue Dragons. Ball on the outside, Spence. Pulls it back away. Ball out front now to Huffman. Over the far side to Dalcourt. Back outside to Thornton. Thornton drives in, puts up a shot, and scores it. Nice job by Thornton. Kind of one-on-one it all the way down the lane and tossed it up. He has 4. His first basket of the second half.
He split a pair of defenders twice on that drive.
Backdoor play, Brown, basket good. What a pass from Saquon Singleton. Brown with the basket. He has 7, but the Singleton pass was outstanding. A 5-point lead again. Singleton with 8 assists. Similar to the other night when he had the triple-double. This time, though, he doesn't have that many rebounds, only 3 at the last break. Ball over in the corner. Now step it up. Thornton will shoot it, missing it. Rebound cleared away by Baker. Now here comes Singleton on the dribble. Saquon, left side. 3's good, and that'll be 10 assists for Saquon as Baker knocks down the 3. He can shoot it, Darren.
3 3-pointers for Baker, well on his way. He can stay this hot to besting the single-season percentage
There's
record.
a steal, DJ Mitchell. It's showtime. Got it with the jam. And a timeout taken by the Iowa Western Reivers. Mitchell with the basket. He has 8. And the Dragon lead is 10 at 58-48. And a timeout on the floor. We'll get a quick 1-minute full timeout. Dragons lead by 10. Don't go away. We'll be back at Great Bend right after this 1-minute timeout.
This is Carter File, president of Hutchinson Community College. I invite you to join us this winter as the proud tradition of Blue Dragon men's and women's basketball continues at the historic Hutchinson Sports Arena. Both teams are favorites in the tough Jayhawk Conference, so you won't want to miss any of the action. Find the schedule at BlueDragonSports.com, like us on Facebook, and follow Blue Dragon Sports on Twitter. As always, go Blue Dragons.
Just as the Hutchinson Blue Dragons athletics are a tradition, so is the Anchor Inn in downtown Hutchinson. Whether you plan lunch or dinner or even take out for home, the Anchor Inn is a great family restaurant that you are sure to enjoy. Order off their great menu or take advantage of the Anchor Inn's awesome buffet. You'll make a great choice either way. The Anchor Inn is also a great spot to meet up with old friends and acquaintances because everyone goes to the Anchor. That's the Anchor Inn at 128 South Main in Hutchinson, proud supporters of Hutchinson Blue Dragon athletics. Well, Darren Dunn, Hutchinson red hot from the field, 8 out of 10 and 3 out of 3 from outside the arc in the second half alone. And Hutchinson has exploded and have a 10-point lead right now.
Yeah, 10-2 run the last 3 minutes.
Ball on the outside for Iowa Western. They'll drive it down, score it. Huffman scores it. And he's the big scorer. He only has 4. That's his first points of the second half. Outside, travel call is going to go against Queth, as he'll turn the ball over, shuffle his feet a little bit. Again, not too many turnovers, so that's the 8th against the Blue Dragons, comparatively to 11 for Iowa Western. Backdoor play, go down low to Dalcourt, but Hutchinson cut it off. There's a steal. Brown comes up with the Blue Dragons basketball. Here comes DJ Mitchell. Mitchell angles across to the top side, gives it off to Saquon Singleton. He'll take it into the paint. Got airborne, kicks it out to Brown. Three-pointer on its way. Good. Brown with 10 points in double figures. Again, Singleton got the ball to him. Makes it 61-50.
10 assists now for Singleton.
Ball on the outside, angle dribble to the left, right. That's Thornton. They got the baseline. Out front they go. Shot for Fitzgerald, can't finish, and a foul called. Baker picks up the personal. He looks in amazement as to he wasn't even touching Fitzgerald. He comes over to the official to have it explained to him. And Fitzgerald will go to the line to shoot the free throws. He is 2 for 2 so far from the line. See if it's a 1-on-1 or not. Or is it a two-shot foul? That's right. In the act of shooting. Fitzgerald out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Free throws up and missing. Bryce is a big kid. 6'7", 247. Again, 1972 is when Iowa Western started their basketball program. Free throws up and missing. Queth with the rebound. Up the court comes Singleton. Singleton on the outside. Gets the angle, takes it down low, lays it up and in. Just like that, Darren. Easy peasy as he takes it down and scores his 10th and 11th point.
Yeah, there's his double-double, 11 points, 10 assists.
63-50, the lead is 13. Now let's see if Singleton can get those rebounds up again. The Dragons lead it by 13. There's a steal. DJ Mitchell again. Showtime 2. Lays it up and in. Took some pizzazz off that one. I'm going to have to give him a hard time. That's his 9th and 10th point. So the Blue Dragons, nice balance scoring by Hutchinson now. And they lead it by 15. Hutchins kicked it into orbital drive offensively in the second half of play. Three-pointer from the outer perimeter. Up and good by Strong. Tell you what, Iowa Western, the Reivers are the kind of team that can come in someplace and really upset some team as well as they shoot on foreign soil, so to speak. At least today they're shooting threes really well. Ball on the outside, three ball the other way is good by Baker. Baker's starting to come into his own as a three-point shooter. He has 16. He has not cooled off.
4 3-pointers for Baker.
Angle right, Strong. Bounce pass comes out to Fitzgerald. He'll gun it and miss it. Ball taken off the floor by Singleton on the rebound. Singleton to Baker. Baker through the legs of Queth. A turnover against the Blue Dragons.
Yeah, it's one of those where, when you make that bounce pass, you want the ball to go 2/3 of the way to your teammate. That ball, when it made its first bounce, was right in between Queth's feet.
Iowa Western will substitute, so will the Blue Dragon. Ursery will check in for the first time. Ocone will check in as well. Ursery comes in averaging 7.2 a game. Ocone 7 points a game. Blue Dragons will give Baker a little bit of break and Brown a break. So as we near the 10-minute mark, we'll owe you a media timeout. So Stuart Haddad, who's back at the station with the chief engineer, can be ready for that. Right now it's a 68-53 lead for the Blue Dragons, who trailed at halftime. They drive inside. They kick to the right side by Iowa Western. Shot goes off the iron, no good by Lewis, and Hutch gets the rebound. The Dragons Singleton on the dribble. Pulls it off. Saquon, that last time out, had 25 minutes played. Three-pointer from the corner won't go for DJ Mitchell. He's went cold again. They go down the other way. They'll drive it in and lay it up. Blocking foul called as the score was made by Huffman. And it looked like a little bit of an angle, just a glance off of one of the Blue Dragon players.
Singleton had himself in good position, but he decided he didn't really want to take the contact. If he decides to stick in there, I think that call goes the other way.
Did he twist a little bit at the last second?
Yeah, he decided not to take the full contact.
Free throws up and good by Huffman.
You start to fade away instead of holding your ground, and that's when that charge that you would have had becomes a block.
So 68-56 now. The lead is cut to 12. Hutchinson cannot allow Iowa Western to get on another run like they did at the end of the first half of play. We're inside of 10, so we'll have a media timeout here. Next dead ball. Ball on the outside. Right wing, and go with it to Ursery again. Here's Baker. Baker jab steps, goes to the left side, spins, kicks it back out. Jumper by Ocone. Comes off no good. Rebound underneath. It's going to be picked up by Pine, and Iowa Western wants to run it. Long pass, three-pointer on its way, rimming off no good. Battle for the board. Blue Dragons come up with it. Ursery across half court, over to Singleton. Singleton dumps it off to Queth, and a foul's going to be called, and Queth should shoot free throws. Foul's going to be charged against Strong. That'll be his first. Here's your media timeout. 9:27 to go in the second half of play. Blue Dragons up by 12. Hutchinson, though, was just fouled and should be shooting free throws when we return right after this 1-minute timeout.
Listen up, peeps. We've got the best wireless deal on the best wireless network. Bring your tired old phone to Next Tech Wireless and swap it out for a free iPhone 11 or Galaxy S10e. Really? Oh, yeah. Bring your number with you and get a Ring video doorbell, too. Also free. And it's still 4 lines, $120, all unlimited data. Doesn't get better than that. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
We all like to save money when and where we can, right? You can do that every day at Salt City Pawn and Jewelry. Hi, this is owner Paul Phillips inviting you to stop in and say hi to our friendly staff. And while you're here, check out over 3,000 square feet of great merchandise priced at outstanding values. We don't have to offer huge sale prices for one day only when we do that on a daily basis. Save big over retail prices on firearms, electronics, guitars and amps, name brand tools, video games, jewelry, and more. See us at 916 East 4th and Hutch, just east of 4th and Severance. We're proud to be alumni and supporters of all Blue Dragon athletics.
Well, Blue Dragons have slowed down scoring a little bit, shooting 12 out of 16 for 75%, but not a lot in the second half. But a game 54.2%, Darren. That's a lot better than the 46%. We have 43% we saw in the first half of play.
Yeah, we said that Iowa Western was probably going to cool off in the second half. 3-point shooting, they have. At 7 made 3-pointers in the first half. 1 for 7 here in the second half.
68-56. Queth will shoot the free throws. 2 coming his way. Free throw toss is up and on its way. Good. Queth continues to impress. 9 points for the young man out of Salt Lake City, Utah.
This is his first basket here in the second half.
Eyes the rim. Free throw toss up and good. Got it down. So 2 more free throws for Majak Queth, and he has 10 points in double figures. The lead is 14, 70-56 Dragons. 9:18 to go.
Blue Dragons in double-digit scoring.
Good balanced scoring by Hutchinson. That's what I like about Steve F's teams. Ball on the outside. Strong. Works against Saquon Singleton. Falls down. He gets the pass over in the corner to Thornton. He takes it inside. Layup good. Nice job of getting him inside to Pine as they just about turned it over, but not enough. 4 points for Pine. Blue Dragons have set it up. Lead is cut to 12. Left side. Queth. Cutter's cut through. Queth backs in. Bangs the body a little bit. Shot it short. No good. Rebound's going to be cleared down there by Lewis. And knocked away last touch spot of Blue Dragons, DJ Mitchell. You're doing this 3-point shooting for the Blue Dragons in the second half, 5 out of 6, without the likes of DJ Mitchell hitting one.
Yeah, Brown and Baker have both been strong from distance today.
Ball comes out now to Thornton. Thornton on the outside. Top of the key, they'll work it to Huffman. Steps up, shoots it on his way, off no good, off the back arc, the flange, flat on part of the, and then Ursery comes up and gets the loose ball and tucks it away. The Blue Dragons bring it up. Long pass underneath the Queth. Head face goes up, can't get it done. Putback basket not there. Hard on the floor goes Cone, and it'll be O'Cone gets fouled. It'll be 2 shots coming for him.
Yeah, 4 fouls now on Pine, and just as you try to describe as best you can, O'Cone, you don't know where he's at until suddenly he's in position for an offensive rebound. He seemingly comes out of nowhere on those offensive rebounds.
But he was also horizontal to the floor when he came down, and those, when you just hear him hit, I just grimace. He's going to be okay, but years from now, when he's my age, getting out of a chair will be tough. I'm going to say that right now. These kids are resilient. Free throw toss up and good by O'Cone. 3 points for that young man. He's out of Wichita, Kansas, Wichita Heights High School. It's been a nice surprise for the Blue Dragons this year. Freshman coming in, playing well. Gets set to shoot the second one. Dragons lead at 71-48. Make that 72-48 as he knocks down both of them. Averages 7 points a game. He has 4 today. 72-58 Hutch. Clock at the 8-minute mark. Blue Dragons deny out front. And a dribble penetration and a foul's going to be called. Ursary will pick up the personal. It'll be only his first. That'll be the 16th foul against the Blue Dragons, I believe. Maybe the team fifth, excuse me.
Just a good hesitation move by Caleb Thornton to draw that foul on Ursary.
Here comes the inbound. Ball comes into Pine, down low. Pine takes it in strong and draws the foul. Ursary might have picked up his second here. It will be on Ursary.
He had to come and help on that backside because there's another hesitation or pump fake move, this time by Pine, and 2 Blue Dragon defenders who were on him kind of split the C's and left the basket wide open for him.
Free throws off. It's marked no good on the miss by Pine. He'll shoot another one. I think after this game, Darren, you need to go down and talk to that PA announcer and tell him he did a really good job of imitating you. Okay?
He asked me at halftime. Little did you know.
Second one this
he wanted me to grade him. He said, I'll give myself a B-.
And you said, now more like a C+. The drive to the basket by Brown, and he scores it. Tyler Brown with a nice spin move in the base, on the base and baseline, puts it up and in. He has 12. And he also was fouled, so he'll step to the line to shoot 1.
Well, you know what I said? I said, well, we were talking, so I didn't get a chance to hear much. But I go, of what I heard, it sounded like, you're close.
I think he's still working on it.
He was analyzing exactly how I do last names and everything. He was trying to be spot on. He's like, I didn't quite draw it out on those last names like that first syllable like you do.
Free throws up and good by Tyler Brown.
He's analyzed the tape on my starting lineup.
75-58 Blue Dragons. Everybody needs a hero. Ball on the outside, Strong drives in, loops up a shot. Nice shot by Josiah Strong. He's in double figures for Iowa Western with 10. Cuts the lead down to 15. Blue Dragons 75-60 with the lead. 7:18 to go. Dribble penetration. Alley-oop underneath to Queth. He can't handle it, and Brown tried to get it to him. Ends up going out of bounds off of Queth.
Yeah, Brown was hoping Queth was going to go up toward the hoop. Instead, he stayed on the low block, so the pass was off its mark.
Nobody ever comes up to me and says I'm imitating you, Clint. That just doesn't happen to me. Home blue collar broadcaster. Here we go, ball on the outside, Thornton. See, I think I finally broke Carp. There's a feed on the outer perimeter, dribble drive. A leaner, wrap around, doesn't go. Ball tipped out, Blue Dragons have it. Carp used to do a pretty good Harry Carey imitation as he broadcast. I've broken him with that a little bit. Ball sails away. Last touch off of Blue Dragon, and coming up with the ball is Iowa Western. They'll bring it down. They'll give it up. The layup, good. Scoring it was Lewis, and Steve Eck wants a timeout. He's letting them get too many easy baskets and getting into a running game. It's 15 point for Lewis right now with 6:42 to go in the second half of play. We're going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll be back with more right after this.
Hi, Brian Bobo, General Manager at Midwest Superstores. We know when looking for a pre-owned vehicle, finding the exact vehicle can be tough. So we want to make it easy. We have over 500 pre-owned vehicles available in our huge inventory. How do we do it, you ask? Well, we have available in inventory from all of our other locations. And unlike the big chain stores, we do not charge to bring one in. So if we don't have it, we'll find it or we'll get it. So come see us today at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Hi, everybody. 6:42 to go in the ball game. Dragons 75-62. They got that big run, Darren, and was able to get up by 12, 13 points and haven't given it up. Here we go to Queth underneath. Left good. Blue Dragons snuck down and got a quick basket by Queth. Queth has 12 points on a long pass down court. 77-62. The lead back at 15 again for Hutch. Drive inside. Leaner. Bounces away. No good. The rebound's cleared out by Queth. 6:20 to go. And the Blue Dragons bring it up, leading at 77-62. Drive by Brown, goes up, and ball goes off of actually his trail defender out of bounds. I don't know if Brown knew he wasn't going to get to the rack and decided just to put it off the man behind him. It ends up being a Blue Dragon basketball.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to dunk at about 9 feet.
That's what I'm thinking it happened. I got to ask him about that because he was airborne, trying to maybe think about dunking it and realized he wasn't going to get there and just put it off the player behind him. Ball comes in quickly. Blue Dragon O'Cone in the paint. Works to the left, right, back outside, hits the feet of Saquon Singleton. A turnover for the Dragons. Down the other way, rejected by Ursery. Ursery timed to jump on the trail and knocked it away with 6 minutes to go. It'll be Iowa Western's basketball, but what a way to sky by young Mr. Ursery, who is only 6'1".
Yeah, gives up 3 inches on that matchup and is able to sky higher than the 6'4" player and knock it away.
The inbound pass comes in quickly to Strong. 22 on the shot clock now. Josiah Strong out front. Slides to the right side. Just about throws the ball away. They're going to whistle it. Last touch off for Ursery out of bounds. But shot clock set at 14. Hutchinson turned up the defense a little bit. Your thoughts on this Blue Dragon basketball team, Darren, after you called a few games now?
Well, you have to dislike the fact that they go down at halftime, but you have to like the response here in the early goings of the second half that really got them where they are now with this 15-point lead. 77-62, Dragons on top, 5:49 left. We'll be back in Barton in half a minute.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has over-the-counter medications that can help. Or if you need a prescription, we offer free mail-out, free delivery, or call ahead for our handy curbside service. Go Dragons! From Ashcraft Pharmacy in the Hart Shopping Center, South Hutchinson, and Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Game room moving along really fast. Dragons lead at 77-62 with 5:49 to go. And up the court, lay it up and score it. Strong comes up, gets the basket on the inside. He has 12, and lead cut back down a little bit. Again, Blue Dragons shooting 66.7% for the second half of play. And Ursery gives the ball underneath. Queth goes up and scores it. Nice job by Mejak Queth. 14 points. And the Dragons 79-64. Hutchinson averages 93.8 points a game. Now, much as that's last night, 114 points they scored, plus 100 the other night. Basket doesn't go for Iowa Western. The low blocks. Rebound's going to be cleared out. And the Blue Dragons will bring it up. Saquon Singleton with a double-double so far, 11 points and 12 assists, but only 4 rebounds. Ball outside right, top side. Now he might get a bunch here in the next 5 minutes. Ball on the outside, Ursery steps up, shoots the three by Brown, way off his mark, no good, but a rebound by Saquon Singleton. There's one, and Ursery off an assist, gets the basket up and in. So just as I mentioned it, Ursery scores off an assist from Singleton, and Singleton got the rebound. He now has 5. 4:23 to go in the ball game. 81-64 Hutchinson. Three-pointer, rims off, no good. Rebound cleared away by Baker. Out to Queth. Queth takes it in, scores it easily. Now Hutchinson's starting to get in transition easily. 16 points for Queth. Having another good night. Had 26 yesterday. I say night, was afternoon's games. 83-64.
Well, he makes it look easy, but a lot of those points have been contested at the basket.
Ball on the outside, Strong to the left wing. They'll spin away, bounce pass out into the paint. They'll hand it off underneath. Just about picked up on the Blue Dragons and knocked away out of bounds. It'll be retained, though, with 7 on the shot clock by Iowa Western. Back into the Blue Dragon lineup comes King, and Baker will take a break. Spence checks back in for Iowa Western. Next game next Tuesday at home, Darren, against Heston. Before the Blue Dragons take a little bit of a break and come back to open against Coffeyville on the 27th at home. Feed inside. Ball taken away by Blue Dragons' Tyler Brown, and a foul called. Brown will shoot free throws.
15 turnovers now on Iowa Western.
Again on Strong, that'll be his second. Tyler Brown at the free throw line with 3:38 to go. barring a total meltdown, Blue Dragons will win their 7th game of the year, and we're already about 1/4 of the way through the schedule. Free throws up and good by Brown. Brown with 14, 3 off his average of 17 a game. And we get another free throws up and good, so 15.
13 here in the second half.
3:35 remaining to go in the ball game. There's a drive, bounce pass underneath, turnover. Sails out of bounds off the hands of Riffin. So with 3:28 to go, Blue Dragons are in full control here, and we'll go to 7-0. Iowa Western will drop another road trip. They'll go to 4-3. All 4 wins have came at home, and all the losses have been on the road. Here's Brown. He'll gun it on his way. No good. And we have a foul on the floor.
Clarence King got himself in great position, and Spence had to hang on to him to keep him from getting the offensive rebounds.
Good eyes. Spence will now pick up his 3rd. Second Reaver to pick up a 3rd foul. And we are going to see, for the first time tonight, Franken Batista. Franken Batista will check in out of the Dominican Republic. High school was Bath High, was Hale High School in Bath. He's asking Franken about the cold weather up there in the winter in Maine. He said, oh, yeah. Free throws up and missing by King. The rebound's going to be cleared out by Iowa Western. Says they did get a little snow, and I, of course, heard that. A long 3-ball up, missing. Rebound cleared away by the Blue Dragons Singleton. That's his 6th rebound of the night. 85-64 Blue Dragons. 2:55 to go. Drive inside by Singleton. Head fakes. Gets airborne. Gets the pass off. To Batista. Batista in the low blocks. Drives in. Puts a hook shot up. It won't go. Rebound cleared off the floor. Layup up and good by King. King now with 5. Right at his average of 4.8. Plus he got a board out of it.
That one little power dribble gave him the space he needed to finish.
87-64. Dragons foul on the outside. That'll be a foul on Clarence King. That'll be his first. Lady Dragons women will be on the road next Friday and Saturday up at Iowa Western. They'll be up there for the Classic up there. And Singleton will check out, so no chance at a triple-double for Saquon, but he did get the double-double. Free throw toss is up and good by Strong. His first time to the line today, he has 13. He'll shoot the second one. This one's short, no good. Rebound, Ursery. Blue Dragons will bring it up. 87-65, down low underneath the wraparound by O'Cone, doesn't go. Spence comes out with the rebound for Iowa Western. Long pass rejected by Ursery out of bounds. It'll be Iowa Western basketball. 2:12 to go in the ball game. We will pack up and head home after this. The pass comes in, but the referee was not ready to inbound it. Or have it inbound, I should say. And quickly into the ball game comes Matt Mayers. I was talking to Coach about Matt. Kind of funny that he got as many minutes as he did in this ball game, because I was chatting with him a little bit before. He played 8 minutes in the game. Ball on the handoff to Iowa Western. Shot put up off. It's marked no good. Big rebound by King. Comes up with the basketball for the Blue Dragons off the missed shot. 2 minutes to go in the ball game. 87-65 Hutchinson. Here's Ursery out front. He can get it done. Ball outside now to Batista. Batista takes it in. Shot not there. Loose basketball. Runs it down. Comes up with a nice pass to King. Head fakes. Goes up. Ball rejected. But thrown inbound. Stolen away by Iowa Western. Iowa Western right side to go to Spence. And he'll get it in one as he scores it. Spence scores his 6th and 7th point. The foul against the Blue Dragons. And Ursery picks up his 3rd personal. Spence now will go to the line to shoot the free throw. Seneca Lewis checks into the lineup. Alex Spence, St. Louis, Missouri, transferred to the University of Arizona. Free throw toss is up and good. So 8 points to his credit, averages 3.3 a game. A full 1 minute break coming your way with 1:37 to go in the ball game. Hutchinson cruising 87-68. We'll be back in 1 minute.
In need of a business loan? With the First, you are promised personal service and commercial lending. Whether your business is just getting started or you're ready to expand, the First has solutions to help make your business successful. We're first for you. Find out how our loan experts can help. Visit fnbhutch.bank to get started or stop into a location nearest you. First National Bank of Hutchinson, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
HCC Sports on Radio is brought to you by the Sportscaster Club members, Mega Manufacturing, Sporting Chiropractic Center, Papa John's Pizza, A&A Builders, Barclay Plumbing Company, Sutton Cop and Transmission Service, Lowen Corporation, Old Office Shares, Dr. Eric Severud with Alliance Orthopedic and Sports Medicine, Todd and Cindy Miller of Homestead Senior Care, Man Wyatt and Rice Injury Lawyers, MAYB, Mid-America Youth Basketball, Portfolio Recovery Associates, Dr. Robert Epp of the Hutchinson Clinic, and the Green Vision Group of Hutchinson.
Little Blue Dragons basketball, 87-68, Darren. Minute and 36 to go. Hutch up and kind of in cruise mode right now. Blue Dragons will win their 7th game of the year.
They'll have to take care of the ball. Iowa Western wants to press now.
Full court pressure. Finally get it into, again, Batista, and he turns the ball over. Ball comes down. Ursary gets the rebound. Might even tap the ball to himself. He'll bring it down, lays it up. Can't miss. Can't get it done. Rebound cleared, though, by underneath by Mayers, and he'll finish it with a basket, and he'll go to the line. All right, I said it yesterday. I think Mayers can play. He might work on his jumping ability, but so far he comes in and produces. Free throw toss off, no good. And a rebound cleared out by Iowa Western.
Well, anytime he gets 6 or more minutes, he's able to, or anytime he gets 9 or more minutes, I should say, he's able to produce 6 or more points.
Ball on the outside. And today he came in and gave some valuable minutes. Shot up there, and there he gets a rebound and comes up with a loose basketball. King with the ball, nearing the 1 minute mark. Hutchinson 89-68. They trailed at halftime by 2. Here we come down. The jam by King doesn't go. Dragons keep the rebound alive, keep the ball alive, and Coach Eck calls a timeout just to substitute. He will get to the ball game. And checking in will be Quath Gakwet.
The average is just 3.3 minutes per game.
He is out of Omaha, Nebraska. So I'm glad he feels like he got to get in and play a little bit against this Council Bluff team. Spin away inside. A travel call is going to go against Batista. I checked that was O'Cone. Doesn't matter. It was a turnover against the Blue Dragons. 47 seconds to go. Hutchinson gets back defensively. Bounce pass corner left to Thornton. Thornton drives in. Kicks the pass over on the outside. Still playing hard as Iowa Western, and the foul called. Shooting free throws will be Strong with 34 seconds remaining.
And Ursary has not played much, but he's picked up 4 quick fouls while he's been in there.
4 fouls and 2 points. He's hustling. And Strong will shoot 2 free throws.
He's averaging about a foul every couple of minutes he's been in there.
Free throws up and good by Strong. 14 points total. We'll get set to shoot the free throws. 34 seconds remaining. Hutchinson 89-69. Really came out and shot well in the second half. Trailed at halftime by a score of 40-38. Free throws up and good by Strong. And now substitutions. Hutchinson will bring it up. Over on the right wing, O'Cone has it. Deep right corner. The Dragons get it back outside. Dribble penetration. Down low, basket up and good. Nice job by King. Clarence King out of Lawrence, Kansas. Second basket in the second half. Has 7 points. Three-pointer on its way. No good. Off the body then of Iowa Western. Off the rebound. Just went out of bounds off of Riffin. So Iowa Western will go home 4-3 on their record. Blue Dragons will go to 7-0. Hutchinson will bring the basketball up. And I think there's a setback, and that's going to be it. Blue Dragons win it by the score of 91-70. Hutchinson trailed at halftime by 2, came back out and outscored Iowa Western by 23 in the second half of play to win it 91-7. Goes along with the Lady Blue Dragon win as well, 90-55 today over Jefferson County out of Missouri. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, add up all the numbers, get set to go into the Medicine Shop postgame capsule. Later on, talk with Coach Eck. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
Hi, this is Rob, and I want to tell you about one of my favorite places in Kansas to get a melt-in-your-mouth cheeseburger. It's RV Drive-In, where they've been serving up fresh food, not fast food, since 1948. They're famous for their burgers, but you can also try their homemade pork tenderloin sandwich, patty melts, BLTs, and so much more. Tuesday, Thursday evenings, Friday, and Saturday, they make their homemade onion rings that are the best I've ever eaten. RV Drive-In, Kansas' oldest drive-in at 201 East Avenue A and online at rvdrivein.com. Go Blue Dragons!
Listen up, peeps. We've got the best wireless deal on the best wireless network. Bring your tired old phone to Next Tech Wireless and swap it out for a free iPhone 11 or Galaxy S10e. Really? Oh yeah, bring your number with you and get a Ring video doorbell too. Also free. And it's still 4 lines, $120, all unlimited data. Doesn't get better than that. Certain restrictions apply. See store for details.
If you could own a vacuum that would last decades for under $200, would that pique your interest? The bag lady Donna Pitzer has bought out the inventory of another Panasonic dealer and is passing the savings on to you. Panasonic vacuums are the standard for many, and right now, get a top-of-the-line Panasonic Performance vacuum for only $199.95. These vacuums normally sell for $400, but right now, you can own one for only $199.95 with free delivery. These prices won't last, and neither will these vacuums. Call the bag lady Donna Pitzer at 663-4322.
Hi, Brian Bobo at Midwest Toyota, and I'm tired of only having one Black Friday. So it's Black Friday every day at Midwest Toyota. And with the all-new Toyota Avalon for only $37,829 with a list price of $45,175, that's a Black Friday sale. Or how about a new Camry for only $20,070? Or how about over $5,000 off MSRP on a new Highlander? Hurry out for Black Friday every day at Midwest Toyota at 1100 East 30th or online at MidwestSuperstore.com.
Well, the Blue Dragons used some red-hot shooting in the second half, especially from outside the arc, to make up for the first half of shooting. The Blue Dragons were able to stay over 50% in the second half and come away and win it by the score of, again, final score was
91-70.
91-70. I wrote down 2 70s. Why would I do that, Darren? Just not paying attention. Blue Dragons, again, came from behind. They trailed 40-38 at halftime as Iowa Western made a little surge at the end of the second half and caught the Blue Dragons and was able to surpass them and take a 2-point lead into the dressing room, but they couldn't hang on to it as the Blue Dragons come out a winner at 90-70. That set up the Blue Dragons to be able to come and get set for play Heston on Tuesday night before they have a long drought before you get set for, again, coming in with Coffeyville coming up in just a little bit, coming up on the 27th. So get set for the Medicine Shop postgame capsule as waiting for the stats to work their way here. As the Medicine Shop postgame capsule brought to you by the Little White Castle at 14th and Main, Little White Castle. It is flu time. Might not feel like it when it's 62 degrees outside, but it is flu time. And again, time to get in and get your shot for the Medicine Shop and also check on that pneumonia shots as well as the Saucer vaccine. Don't forget the CBD oil that they have as well and great over-the-counter products. That's the Medicine Shop. Well, I talked about the shooting, Darren, 57.1% in the second half. For the game, 50.7%, and comparatively with the Iowa Western's 41.3%, and Dragons held them to 35.3% in the second half of play. The difference was, like you mentioned, was the red-hot shooting. They were 7 of 13 from outside the arc in the first half. Iowa Western was. Ended up being 1 out of 12 in the second half. Finished this game at 32%. But that makes a big difference right there. Blue Dragons were 5 out of 8. What the individual numbers look like.
So the Blue Dragons had 4 of the 5 starters in double-digit scoring, had 2 more guys come off the bench that provided double-digit scoring as well. Those 2 guys, Matt Mayers He had 10 points and 6 rebounds, and also Majak Queth, he ends up with 16 points and 6 rebounds. The Blue Dragons win the rebounding battle 48-33. Tyler Brown only had 2 points in the first half, finishes with 15. 11 points for Saquon Singleton. How about 13 assists? So he just misses out on the triple-double like he had the other night. First one since Shakur Houston did it for the Blue Dragons in 2017. He ends up with 6 rebounds, but still a great stat line, especially in the position that Saquon Singleton plays, to have 11 points, 13 assists, and 6 rebounds. 10 points for DJ Mitchell. We mentioned the 15 for Tyler Brown. Josh Baker, the other starter, to drop in double-digit scoring, 16 points, 6 rebounds to go with it. As you mentioned, Iowa Western really cooled off in that second half of play from beyond the arc. 1 of 12, 8.3%. We said, hey, you can't expect a 30% three-point shooting team to continue to shoot 53.8% throughout, and that's what happened. Went from red-hot 53.8% down to 8.3% to finish out that second half of play. 32% overall for Iowa Western. That's more like the 30.7% this Reaver team brought in to Barton.
Largest lead for Iowa Western was actually 4 points. They led at 2 at halftime. They came out and got a quick basket to go up by 4, where Hutchinson, with 2:36 to go, or deep into the Hutchinson led by 23 points with 2:36 to go in the ball game, and end up winning it 91-70. Bench points, Iowa Western with 20. Get this, Hutchinson with 39 bench points. Game was tied 4 times. Lead changes 4 times. And fast break points, Hutchinson was 7, Iowa Western was 6. Iowa Western did not allow Hutchinson to get on too many break points, although DJ Mitchell had 4 of those 7. So
now the Blue Dragons able to get it done in the paint, 50-32. The Blue Dragons lead that scoring there. I should tell you a little bit about Iowa Western, I guess. Josiah Strong had 15 from Seneca Lewis as well. Mal Pine only had 4 points, but he brought down 10 boards, and Alex Spence finished with 8 points off the bench.
We're waiting Coach Steve Eck to make his way up here, and he should be up here in just a little bit. Again, set to the week next week. Not on, maybe on your schedule, but they moved the Monday night game to Tuesday night against Heston. That'll be a 7 o'clock start at the Sports Arena. No women's game in front of that. Women will be playing up in Iowa Western on Friday and Saturday of next week. We'll have the stream available for that game up there without play-by-play. So Steve will be back with us with the volleyball tournament will be taking place at Hutchinson. They'll start on Thursday morning at 9 o'clock. You can watch that on NJCAA TV if you wish, NJCAATV.com. I want to remind everybody on Monday night, Dragon Talk at AJ's at the Alley. That's at 23rd and Lorraine, right next to the bowling alley, the Alley, and that's AJ's at the Alley. Come on back, go to the back part over there by the patio is where we're going to be set up this year, not outside, but set up in the back, and we'll have Steve Eck on from 6 o'clock till 6:30, and then from 6:30 to 7 o'clock will be John Hodges. Steve Carpenter will host that. I'll host the Steve Eck Show. We'll come by and ask some questions as well if you wish to. So thought a pretty good outing by both the gals and the guys coming up here, and did a good job.
So the women jump out to that 24-0 lead, and the Jefferson College Vikings just so cold to start that one. Pretty much played even with the Blue Dragons the rest of the way, but it was that big hole that opened it up that allowed the Blue Dragons to control that one throughout.
We will take a timeout and close out the game portion as Steve Eck has made his way into up to the booth. We'll chat with the winning coach tonight right after this. We'll take a break. We'll be back again. Your final 91-70. Blue Dragons a winner. We'll be back right after this.
Basketballs are bouncing and crowds are cheering. Your best offense during cold and flu season is a good defense. Drink plenty of liquids, get plenty of rest, and keep your hands sanitized. If a bug still manages to get you, Ashcraft Pharmacy, your local Health Mart pharmacy, has